Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, ready to go. Championship Wrestling. Boy, we got action today, Davey.
Oh, I tell you what, we start off with a match with Pat Hutchinson and Aaron Holt in here against Sonny King and Ali Hassan. Then it's going to be Paul Ellering taking on Dennis Upton in a single match. We'll have Steve Regal, Jerry Bryant against David Schultz and Dennis Condrey. Then another tag team match. Superstar Bill Dundee will be teamed with Rick Morton to go against the team of Wayne Farris and Larry Latham. We also are hoping to see a match between Ken Lucas, Billy Robinson going against the Destroyers if time permits.
We're just going to have to check our time out and find out how it goes, because in addition to that, we got some big news in Southern Heavyweight Championship action, and we'll have some of that today, and we're going to be back. We better get it underway right now, so we'll be back and ready to go with you in just a moment. Be there. Okay, we are here. Want to make an explanation right at the outset of Championship Wrestling today. Well, coming in right now, and I'm sure that will be explained as we go along. Jimmy Hart, Ali Hassan, coming in. Hart, the manager, of course, of the Southern Tag Champions and the new Southern Heavyweight Champion, which a lot of folks don't know about as yet, Jimmy.
Well, let me tell you something, Lance Russell. I'm begrudgingly turning these tag team titles over to you today, buddy. But I want you to keep them close. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be just a matter of time before we get them back.
Jimmy, let me make the explanation because the people do not know it. This was a legislative decision on the basis of the AWA. They came down with a decision that one man cannot hold two belts, championship belts, in the AWA, and therefore when Paul Ellering, who did in fact defeat Jimmy Valiant for the Southern Heavyweight title, it came down to a decision. Paul elected to keep the Southern Heavyweight title, and the Southern Tag Team titles have to be forfeited. There will be a tournament throughout the entire Southern states to determine who will fill that vacancy on the Southern Tag. I think that explains the reason why, because I know it's not out of the generosity of your heart that you're giving them up.
Well, why don't you really tell the truth to the people out here and the whole TV audience watching, man? You know what's happening. Jarrett Welch is trying to take care of Jimmy Hart, man. He's trying to take the titles away from us. The NWA is trying to take the titles away from us, but nobody's going to stop me because I'm the world's greatest manager. You understand that? The world's greatest manager, and you know it. So let me tell you what I've done, Russell. Let me tell you, baby. I've gone out and I've got me somebody that's a super athlete. Somebody that's tough, that's never backed down from any man alive. And I'm going to bring him on to you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Sonny the King.
The King, you make everybody the King.
Let me tell you something about Sonny King, baby.
Let me rap to him, Jimmy. Lance, I am gonna surface. I am gonna surface. All cream come from the bottom to the top. This is when you get the real stuff. Lance Russell, I am putting it together. I am putting it together. I'm reorganizing. When I came in here a couple of years ago, I told you exactly what I was going to do. I rule wrestling in the Mid-South. Lance Russell, I'm going to do it again.
He's great, right? Nobody's going to stop us. Nobody's going to stop us. Nobody, Lance Russell, Ali Hussein, Sonny King, and Paul Ellering, baby. Woo! I'm so happy, man. Nobody's going to stop us, Russell.
Sonny King and Ali Hussein together, so Paul Ellering can hold a single.
We're going to have every belt. Nobody's going to stop us, man. Nobody.
I wonder who's putting it together. That's what I wonder. Okay.
Man, you're crazy. We ain't spending no more time with you. Come on, Ali, baby. Come on.
It's time to get back to the ring and the action, but that is the decision that has been made. The belts have been forfeited. There will be a tournament. We'll have more about that a little later. Paul Ellering will have some more information on the Southern Heavyweight title. Davey, I think we're about ready to go with the opening bout today.
We are indeed. It's going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Sonny King, Ali Hassan, and here as tag team partners in the match. Jimmy Hart, of course, in their corner. The opposition making its way to ringside right now with official introductions at a total weight of 427 pounds on the right of your screen. From Memphis, Tennessee, Pat Hutchinson. And from Mississippi, Aaron Holt. Going against him at a total weight of 472 pounds. From McCall, Louisiana, Sonny King. And from Tehran, Ali Hassan. Their manager, Jimmy Hart. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit match. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, the unveiling of a brand new team, and Sonny King and Ali Hassan. Okay, referee Jerry Calhoun coming over. Jimmy Hart talking about what he has done. I just wonder about that. Bell time, Dave. Here we go.
Underway, Pat Hutchinson, Ali Hassan. Hutchinson with a side headlock on Hassan. Hassan dropped Hutchinson to the mat. Pat's partner, Aaron Holt, over in the corner, indicated that he had his hair pulled. Yep. Hassan being warned about it by referee Jerry Calhoun. With a headlock by Hassan and the right fist to the top of the head. Referee was right there. And he warned him immediately when he saw it that time. He couldn't break the hold because the hold had already been broken. Here's the old Sonny King. Right hand to the midsection. Pat Hutchinson goes down to the mat. I see it. Jimmy Hart claiming the greatest tag team in history or something like that. He's got a couple of tough ones. You got to give him that. Sonny King, top veteran from McCall, Louisiana. King with Hutchinson back near the ropes. Hutchinson gets tagged. Here comes Aaron Holt. Holt out of Mississippi. Holt, started to back King onto the rope. Sonny reversed it on him. Now Aaron Holt reverses on Sonny King, but referee Jerry Calhoun wants him off the ropes. He's calling for a break. Holt breaks it. Sonny King fires a right hand. Look to the midsection. Aaron Holt rolled into the ropes, back on his feet now. King right back after him. Holt moving around. Sonny King grabs him around the throat. Choking away on it. Referee got to a 4 count on that chokehold. 5 count would have disqualified Sonny. Ali Hassan, Iranian assassin in now. I think he's choking too. Yeah, referee's calling for the break. Hassan, right fist. There's a choke again. The 4 count before the hold was broken. Again, a 5 count, you get disqualified. Both King and Hassan have been very close to that 5 count. There's a tag made. Sonny King coming back in. Jimmy Hart cheerleading the teamwork. Oh, off the ropes. He ran right into the hand of Sonny King. 3 minutes, 25 seconds gone in this match. It's 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Hassan back in. Count of 1, 2, 3. That's it. Hassan got Aaron Holt's shoulders down to the mat. He wrapped it up with the 3 count right there. Ali Hassan, Sonny King got the win. 3 minutes, 45 seconds, the time of the fall. 3:45.
Exuberant Jimmy Hart cheerleading about his brand new tag team of Sonny King and Ali Hassan.
If anybody else was impressed, I don't know, but I know Jimmy Hart was.
He was certainly. Of course, he's kind of easily impressed when it's going his way. That's for a living fact. We got more action coming up for you, and you're going to have an opportunity to see. Well, I'll let you see the tape, and we'll be to it in just a moment. We're going to be back to Wave Country's Championship Wrestling coming up in just a moment. We're standing right here with a team that will be appearing in the Louisville Gardens on Tuesday right there. The Blonde Bombers and Danny Davis. And before the folks get through looking at the tape that they're watching right now, they're going to understand.
You're right,
all
Lance
of
Russell.
it.
I want to show all you rednecks up there something. You see this right here? This right here is almost a hole in this steel helmet because of that crazy Gibson. If I hadn't had this helmet on, my skull would have been crushed. Gibson, beware, because my bombers are not going to let you forget it.
Yeah, don't worry. He's not going to forget it either, and he'll be there Tuesday.
He is a wild, crazy man, Lance Russell. He needs to be locked up. Him and his brother both, they need to be put in a mental institution. Because when they do something like that to Danny Davis, the sergeant, they're messing with the wrong man. They ain't got any reason at all to come in the ring and do something like that with a tire iron. Now, that Ricky Gibson is nuts. He's a complete idiot. He don't need to be wrestling, and when he gets in Louisville, if he's got the guts to get in the ring, we're going to show him what's going to happen to him.
Oh, don't worry. He'll be
We're going to show you what we're going to do to a crazy man. We're going to put him in a French dinner jacket. You know what that is, Lance Russell? We're going to tie his arms up, and we're going to do a tap dance on his head and make him like it.
Well, I have a feeling that Tuesday night right there in Louisville Gardens, if you guys feel that way, that it's going to be a mutual feeling because the Gibsons have got a little doing to settle up with.
We got one more of the little Gibsons to get, the little pretty one. We hadn't got him yet, but time's coming for him. It could happen Tuesday night, Lance Russell. You ought to be there to see that one yourself. You seem to always be around when action happens.
Okay, the Blonde Bombers and Danny Davis going to be right there in Louisville on Tuesday, and their chore is going to be to stay alive after Rick and Robert Gibson get in that ring with them. And, of course, I think you will understand a whole lot better. Don't go away. Stay right where you are. The action is just beginning. Now, okay. Dave and I was just telling Dave about the videotape that we're about to take a look at. It took place in Tupelo, Mississippi, in the sports arena, and we have seen innumerable rugged action brawls down there in the sports arena. This particular one involved the Blonde Bombers, Wayne Farris and Larry Latham, going against the Gibsons, Rick and Robert. And it is not one that I am proud of in terms of professional wrestling. Well, the action speaks for itself. We'll let you take a look at it right now. Rick taking a terrific beating. Farris, Latham have already lost the bout in 14:33 on a disqualification. Robert Gibson is handcuffed, courtesy of Danny Davis, to that rope. And they are just beating the fire out of Rick. Robert can't do a thing about it. Can hardly defend himself as Latham beats him. Boy, Rick covered with blood as his face has been punched around by these bombers. Referee trying to get them separated. He'll get one out of there, but there's three of them. And Rick Gibson doesn't have a chance against these guys. The referee over now, while Latham drops down and nails Rick. They're hollering for some help. Davis, thrilled. Look at Robert swinging the cuffs up and down the ropes. Davis kicks him from behind, and Robert cannot get loose. Trying to get out there to help his brother. Rick firing. Davis comes back at him, and Rick puts him down. But look at Gibson. Boy, he's in trouble. Rick Gibson going after the Bombers. Behind a concession stand at the Tupelo Sports Arena, Larry Latham, Wayne Farris, Danny Davis pounding on Rick Gibson. Robert still handcuffed to the ring rope, and Gibson being slammed around. Referee Paul Morton trying to break it up, but the Bombers see a chance to 3-on-1 Rick Gibson. Latham breaks the broom over the back of Gibson. While Farris holds him, Latham again with that broom. He whacks it. And Rick Gibson taking a tremendous amount of punishment. From the blonde Bombers. Yeah, can't they get somebody out here? Yeah, Herman, see if... They had busted Rick open in the ring. Denny Davis, the Bombers, just pounding on it. And they got... Did somebody get him loose? Yeah, here comes Robert. He still has... They broke off one of the handcuffs, but Davis... Here comes Rick Morton. And Davis slams him in the face and cracks his head down on the counter. Robert once again battling back over the counter. And Danny trying to keep everybody away while the Bombers, here comes Eddie Marlin, Ken Lucas. Handsome Jimmy coming out and over the counter. And it's turned into a brawl. As the Bombers are now outnumbered, they start to take off, but they're firing things, nailing away. Davis, Latham, and Farris going, and Robert Gibson's going after him. And Rick Gibson left, bleeding and prostrate on the floor. Here comes Robert back to help his brother. Everybody around to try to help Rick Gibson. Okay, officially, and I guess that really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Officially, the 14:33 is the time on it. By disqualification, the Gibsons will win. But that's of little consequence with a dastardly thing that they did it. All right, let's take time out now, and we're going to be back. Well, as we said, I guess it was, you know, it was a brawl, totally unnecessary. The Bombers taking advantage of a situation which they created. Robert, good to have you here today, man. I know it's a difficult situation and time for you. I saw Rick last night after the bout, and it was bad. I want to know how is he today? How's his face, and how's Rick doing?
Well, Lance, you know, right now, it's really hard for me to talk. I'm upset. I'm nervous, and just really upset.
Take it easy, partner. And how's Rick getting along today?
Well, Lance, I left him this morning at the motel, and I looked over at him. He don't look no better than he did last night. One eye is almost closed, and over here it's sliced open. It really looks bad, Lance.
Yeah. I saw they busted that side of the eye right over there, and your wrist, where the handcuffs were on you, tore your wrist up real bad, and I hope that is going to be a situation that will correct. I know you've got a match coming up, and I just wonder, is Rick going to be in any kind of a condition to wrestle?
Yeah, Lance, he is. He's definitely going to be ready to wrestle. You know, we always go out there and we try to win our matches. You know, we try to go out there and not try to hurt anybody, just try to win our matches. But it's gone past that, and we're definitely, Farris Latham, we're definitely going to try to cripple him.
Well, I can understand your feeling about that, Robert. It was one of those things that was totally unnecessary, and we have admired the combination. All right, come on now, don't come in here. Just get out of here. You guys are coming up.
You
get out of here, Wayne.
You got something to say to me, you say it to my face. You ain't got the guts to say it. You don't talk through that idiot box. You don't tell me stuff through that. You tell me something to my face, boy. If you're so big and bad, you're going to do something. You do it right now. Come on, do it, boy.
Get it, Wayne.
Don't do nothing. Don't tell me nothing. You show me, son. Show me.
Yeah, you're bad when you got 3 against 1. Yeah, you're really bad out here, man.
Yeah, I'm bad, but you ain't nothing, son. You're a gutless, spineless wonder is what you are. You're just like that brother. You're nothing, son. And you're not going to do anything to me because you ain't got the guts. You know that? You're a coward, Gibson. A coward.
Hey. Now, don't wait. Get somebody in here. Let's get these guys. Come on, Danny. Get somebody in here, please. Dundee and Morton, Regal. Okay. Let's just take a break, and we'll be back to championship wrestling in just a moment. We mentioned a little bit earlier a situation that resulted in the Southern Tag Team belts being vacated, and we'll have more about that tournament later on. It'll be throughout the southern states that are involved. There was a stunning situation that developed in southern heavyweight land in the Jackson Coliseum in Jackson, Tennessee. This man right here, Paul Ellering, won the Southern Heavyweight title. The new AWA Southern Heavyweight champion is Paul Ellering. Well, you know, I mean...
There was a time. There was a time, Lance Russell, when you didn't have time for me out here. There was a time when Jerry Jarrett, big shot promoter, said I did okay for being a rookie wrestler. These times have all passed. I'm the master of disaster. I am the champion. I beat Jimmy Valiant, and it was easy. Jimmy Valiant, you try to wrestle. Jimmy Valiant, you can't dance. Jimmy Valiant, you can't sing. As a matter of fact, Jimmy Valiant, you're the worst thing a kid can do is to look up to you. They should look up to me, a true champion. Now, Jimmy Valiant, Disco Duck, I got one thing to say to you, and you listen good. Tomorrow is your day. If you don't beat me tomorrow, you ain't ever going to get another chance. You got one chance, and one chance only, and that's tomorrow. And that's all I got to say.
The king, Russell, the king, baby.
I'm sure you guys still want to stay out and watch what I've got in store for the folks, and that is an opportunity to see how the Southern Heavyweight title changed hands. Paul Ellering taking all the bows, has the belt and all of that. He ought to be awfully glad that he had Jimmy Hart with him. Let's go to Jackson, Tennessee, in the Jackson Coliseum. You'll see the Southern Heavyweight title between Valiant and Ellering. Down, trying to pull Jimmy off the rope, reaches up and nails handsome Jimmy with that walking stick. Jimmy's got a bad cut on his head where Hart hit him. The referee was down trying to pull him loose. And Paul Ellering taking advantage of it, slugging him. Puts Jimmy down, drops with the elbow. Handsome Jimmy covered on his face. Ellering rips the patch off his eye. Jimmy bleeding profusely about the head where Hart leaned up over while the referee was down and nailed Jimmy with that stick. The referee counting on him. 12 minutes in, Paul Ellering taking advantage of the help from Jimmy Hart. Nails handsome Jimmy again. Goes after him. Count of one. Valiant start kicking out. Jimmy is a mess. He is bleeding profusely. Count of one. Remember, that title is at stake. And Ellering flexing his muscles, hollering, I got him. Oh, and Jimmy back down. Ellering goes right after him. The referee telling him to get up off the eyes. Is Ellering going after the eyes? The referee could stop this one, although it's doubtful with the championship at stake and Jimmy being the champion. Ellering lifts him in the air, drives him down on the atomic drop. Boy, you figure Ellering just pumped up 243 pounds, held him up over his head. He's now climbing up on the ropes. Comes off the ropes and Valiant out of the way. Ellering hits the deck hard. 13.5 minutes into this match. Valiant covered with blood, still pouring blood out of where Jimmy Hart nailed him with that stick. Valiant hops Ellering as he comes off the ropes, puts Paul down. Valiant sensing that his title in trouble, fighting his way back. Pounding Ellering. Slams his head into the turnbuckle. Handsome Jimmy, numb and oblivious to the cut. And a funny, Ellering's head snapped almost all the way back. Handsome Jimmy trying to go in too quick. Nails the turnbuckle with his shoulder. Ellering fires him across the ring. Plants a shoulder in the midsection. They're wheeling each other around, and Jimmy slinging covers the Hart, jumps across the table. No, Jimmy. No. Hey, Jimmy. That was Hart. Jimmy Hart. Hart rang the bell. It was not the referee. Now Hart trying to help Paul Morton, who was knocked out when Ellering hit him. A double-handed smack, and Ellering covers 1, 2, 3. And the hand being held high. Being now 15 minutes, 20 seconds, 26 seconds, and the new Southern heavyweight champ, Paul Ellering. Ellering, 15-26, the new Southern heavyweight champ. What happened was Jimmy Hart raced over here, dove over the table, rang the bell when Handsome Jimmy was on Ellering. Handsome Jimmy got up thinking that he had won the match. He was hurt, bleeding, out of his senses, and when he did get up, Ellering came up, double-handed him. The referee all the time was still on the floor, and Hart got the referee up into the ring, and the count by this time was on Jimmy Valiant and not on Paul Ellering. So Handsome Jimmy loses his belt in 15-26. Okay, well, that was the way it went, and I would have to tip my hat to Jimmy Hart, who has got to be one of the fastest feet that I have seen in a long, long time. He came zipping around there and walked the bell, and Valiant, of course, was dazed and everything. Well, that's all spilt milk, and again, yesterday's news, Paul Ellering is the Southern Heavyweight Champion, and he elected to keep that Southern Heavyweight title, and he does, in fact, have it. We're going to get him in here, and we're going to have an opportunity to see the new AWA Southern Heavyweight Champion in the ring with a young fellow who I don't envy his position.
Not at
being
all.
in there.
No.
Dennis Upton will be his opposition, and again, it's youngster going again. Well, Ellering really has not been in professional wrestling that long, but he's got such a long amateur background and all, and he's been in it long enough to be the Southern Heavyweight champ. How about the introductions, Davey?
All right, this is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. From Mississippi at 212 pounds on the right of your screen, Dennis Upton. And going against him at 235 pounds from Melrose, Minnesota, Paul Ellering. Paul has his manager Jimmy Hart with him. Referee Paul Morton, a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match.
Okay. Paul Morton says, eat him out. Jimmy Hart going out, but not down. Paul Ellering's going to wrestle with his belt on. I'm sure that he sleeps with it on and everything else. I
expect the referee will have something to say about that.
Yeah, he just took it off. That's what he did. All right, bell time. Here we go.
Ellering flexing his muscles. Ellering, of course, heavy favorite in the match, no doubt about it. Dennis Upton. Got some good size on him, good height. However, he's going against the Southern champion. This is a non-title match. Ellering, double forearm across the back of the neck. Upton bounced into the turnbuckle, and he bounced right back out, landing on the mat. Whip across the ring by Ellering. Follows with a knee to the midsection. Drag. People's champion, Jimmy Hart says. Not so sure about that. He is the champion. There's no doubt about that. Dennis Upton, smacked by the right hand of Paul Ellering. A knee lift by Ellering. Ellering in control all the way. We're a minute 25 seconds into the action. There's a cover, one. Oh. Ellering does not want to end the thing right now. He says we're just going to keep going for a while. Ellering probably could have gotten a pin. Upton was trying to break it. Ellering with another body slam on Dennis Upton. 2 minutes, 5 seconds gone. Ellering with the airplane spin. Oh! He threw him over his back, dropped him on a knee breaker. 1, 2. A back breaker, rather, across the knee. Count of 2. Ellering again refuses to go for the 3 count. He got a count of 2 and stopped right there. With a driving slam, power slam. 1, 2, 3. Ellering counting right along with the referee. 2 minutes, 40 seconds the time, 2:40. And I got to say, it went just about the way we were afraid it would. Paul Ellering in command all the way. Every move that was made was a Paul Ellering move.
The greatest, man, the greatest.
Upton never had a chance. That's all there was to it.
Well, somebody wound his spring up tight every time at Hart, man.
Sounds like the happiest day of his life so far.
Okay, Ellering comes up with a win over Dennis Upton. We've got more wrestling action coming up. We'll be seeing Schultz and Condrey against Regal and Bryant, and that'll all be coming up after intermission. We'll be back. Want to take the chance right now to give you the entire card coming up in Louisville. And also, I'd like to remind you folks that on Friday, April the 11th, Morganfield, Kentucky, the big action of Jarrett Welch will be coming that way. And back alley brawl with that belt up on top of a pole. It's going to be some kind of action. You'll have an opportunity to see the superstar, Jerry Jarrett, among others, going against Jimmy Hart and Ali Hassan. That'll be in Morganfield on April the 11th. Now, in Louisville, On Tuesday night at the Gardens, it's going to be Steve Regal against Buddy Wayne. Sonny King and Ali Hassan will be teaming together to go against Billy Robinson and Ken Lucas. The superstar, Bill Dundee, Rick Morton against Big David Schultz and Dennis Condrey. Rick and Robert Gibson will have their opportunity against the Blonde Bombers with Danny Davis, Farris, and Latham. And it's going to be a Southern heavyweight title when handsome Jimmy Valiant will have a chance to get his title back going against Paul Ellering. Tuesday night, Louisville, be there. You're back out, but we're the only ones.
Yes. Nobody in the ring yet.
And if they wait on us to get in there, they'll be waiting an awful long time.
Could be months or years, as a matter of fact.
Lance Russell and Dave Brown at ringside as we are on Championship Wrestling. Here they come. Looking at you is too violent for me. Dr. D, Mr. C, Schultz and Condrey. Yeah, okay, David. Let's have the official interview.
All right, this will be a one-fall 10-minute time limit match, introducing total 442 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Jerry Bryant, and from Indianapolis, Indiana, Steve Regal, going against him at a total weight of 483 pounds. On the left of your screen, David Schultz from Jackson, Tennessee, and from North Carolina, Dennis Condrey. This match one-fall 10-minute time limit. Referee Terry Calhoun.
Okay, Bryant and Regal, Schultz and Condrey. Boy, they are a big team. Just looking at Dennis taking that jacket off. And again, I guess we've said it 10,000 times over the number of years. You really don't realize how big these guys are until you get up beside them. I'll tell you, a surpriser is to stand next to Steve Regal. Yeah. Regal is a big guy.
He has good height.
But symmetrically, his body is so right that you don't realize he's that big. Bell time. I'm ready. Yes, sir. We got it underway. Dr. D, David Schultz going with Jerry Bryant. Look at young Jerry pop that head scissors on there. And he gets over the top, and David Schultz gets over to the corner to tag Dennis Condrey. And referee Jerry Calhoun saying, out, 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 David. Aha, nice arm drag. Dennis Condrey said, that's not the way it was going to be at all, man. Here I am busted on my back. Jerry Bryant, I'm supposed to beat you up right now.
I'll tell you what, Bryant is a wrestler that's been wrestling long enough now that he's picked up some good moves, some good speed. He still has problems with size and also maybe wanting to go back one time too many.
Yeah.
But he's gotten some experience in the last couple of years.
Condrey decided, well, let's turn it over to Dave to see how he goes in there. Schultz around behind with a waist lock on Jerry Bryant. Bryant trying to figure a way. He sits straight out. Good move on Schultz's part. Now, you got to give him credit. He didn't try to fight it. He let it go, went back over the top. But the speed that you mentioned played the part as Bryant, wham, got on out from underneath it. Some good action in there. I think a lot of times you get a mad on for a guy like Schultz and Condrey, and you overlook the fact that these guys can wrestle. If they will do that. But they've got it all big in the head now that they're going to be killing everybody they're in there with, and it just is not that way, friend. They got some good competition today. Bryant. Steve Regal gets the tag, and here comes the golden boy from Indianapolis, Indiana. Dennis Condrey and Steve Regal. All right, planted that hip, and a nice hip toss by Regal on Condrey. Dennis just hasn't had a good day today at all.
And he's upset.
He's tagging back out to Dr. D. Crowd getting on him. They're really putting a number on him. Condrey, as hot as he is, he's going to go down and take on the first 8 rows. Schultz fired into the ropes by Steve Regal. No, he catches Steve down underneath, right up. And hip toss again on Condrey. And Schultz back down. Condrey in there, as he says, no, I'm supposed to be outside, and I think that's where I'm going, outside. Dr. D.
Still hasn't been a very good day for Condrey.
No. Regal and Bryant have their opportunity. They're going to make it a bad day all day.
Yes, sir.
Condrey back in there now to try his luck with Steve Regal. Tag on Jerry Bryant. Bryant double hands Condrey right at the shoulder and bars it up tight. Dennis, good move, planted the hip. Bryant won't let go, though. He's still got the bar, but the referee breaks it up. I missed one there. Condrey in the air puts Jerry Bryant down hard. Had the arm hooked up behind before the body slam. Throws Bryant to the corner. Oh, and drops with that knee in the back. Schultz follows it up with 2 himself. Make it 3. The referee said, get off the ropes. Schultz hanging onto the ropes as he dropped on Bryant. Again, there's that body slam with Jerry's arm right up behind him.
We're at the 4-minute mark.
4 minutes past. Steve Regal trying to drum up the crowd, get a little enthusiasm going to help Jerry Bryant out. Right at the moment, the very large team of Schultz and Condrey are in command on Jerry Bryant. Condrey on the shoulder. Oh, there's a running power slam. 2 steps. Oh, he calls Regal in. How long did it take Regal to get through those ropes? Boy, he's for it. Schultz comes in to jump on Bryant while Regal and Condrey are going after it. Schultz hooks the arm under. Oh, man. He had his toe hooked up around the hammerlock, and Condrey took him back over, and when he did, he just snapped that arm. And Schultz and Condrey are going to pick up a victory on that. Oh, no excuse. Hey, would you guys just knock that stuff off? Yeah.
Anybody else want the match?
Okay, David.
4:48, the time on it.
Bryant with that arm. Ooh,
Yeah.
pretzel. Schultz had his toe hooked under, right under the top of it, and Condrey runs, bang, lays it on Schultz, so he's got that much more momentum going back, and he just drew it up in that hammerlock in there. 4:48. A win for Schultz and Condrey over Regal and Bryant in there. More action. The Bombers will be in here against Dundee and Morton right after this. Okay, hey, I'm ready. Boy, everybody's in a malcontent mood today. Schultz and Condrey, just no reason. Gavin carrying on. These guys. Danny Davis's Blonde Bombers going against Bill Dundee. Rick Morton, listen to the crowd.
It's going to be a 1-fall, 10-minute time limit match at a total of 471 pounds with their manager, Sergeant Davis. From Memphis, Tennessee, Wayne Farris, and from Louisiana, Larry Latham. Going against him at a total of 407 pounds. From Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. And from Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. This match, 1-fall, 10-minute time limit. Your referee, Paul Morton.
Paul is, Dundee is stepping outside. Rick Morton is starting, and here they go, Latham and Morton.
Larry Latham came in there with his arms flying. Calmed down just for a moment there as the bell rang. Rick Morton with a headlock. Latham picking him up in the air, but Rick stays with him and maintains the hold. Danny Davis, the Blonde Bombers manager, on his feet. Referee told him to sit down in the chair and stay there. Morton maintains the headlock on Larry Latham. To the rope, shoulder butt coming off. Latham hits the mat. Morton goes by, reversal. Latham going to try the rolling arm lock. Rick Morton reversed it on him. Bill Dundee, Rick Morton's partner, up and down the apron. keeping an eye on Wayne Farris, who's over in the Bombers' corner. There's Rick Morton. He's got the headlock on Larry Latham. Morton fired into the rope. Shoulder butt coming off. He steps over. Latham sets. And Morton hits the mat hard. Latham's going to follow up with the elbow. Morton out of the way. Over to the corner. The tag, and here is the superstar, Bill Dundee. Latham goes to his corner, gets the tag on Wayne Farris. The Bombers make a tag. Danny Davis, their manager, stood up in his chair briefly. Bill Dundee started for him, so he sat down again. Dundee into the ropes. He steps over Farris. Oh, Farris going to let it go by and bust it. Dundee grabs Farris in a headlock. Dundee, oh! Dundee just looked at him as if to say, oh, hi there. And then pow! Dundee caught himself in the rope. Oh, Dundee missed the dive. And Wayne Farris seizes the opportunity. Goes Dundee over to the corner, makes a tag on Latham. Got both of them in there. Dundee back to the corner. He tagged Rick Morton, but both the Bombers are working on Rick. Referee finally gets Farris back outside. It's Latham, Rick Morton. Rick flipped over the shoulder. Rick trying to get to the corner and the tag on the superstar.
Hey!
Rick Gibson in here.
Come on!
Rick in with a tire wrench. Oh, he smacks Davis on the helmet. That's going to be it. This match is over, but Rick Gibson, smacking Davis on top of the head again. Bill Dundee jumping out, tried to stop him. Rick Morton. Look out. All right, got him calmed down, and he get that tool out of his hand. It's a lug wrench, looks like. All right, lug wrench. Safely in tow. Rick upset. Ooh. All right.
Hey, you want Lance Russell, hey, bro? We ain't standing for this. He assaulted us with a deadly weapon. We're going to sue Lance Russell. You're a witness to it. We're going to sue him. Get out of here. We're going to sue him, Lance Russell.
Farris and Latham get the win officially. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a minute. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be back to our Channel 3 Championship Wrestling action coming up in the ring. Just one moment. I do, in fact, want to take this opportunity to call in here, and I have to say it because you saw it a little bit earlier, the tape of how it happened. It took place in Jackson, Tennessee, and there is always that opportunity, regardless of where it is. If you got a title up, you could lose it. Here's a guy who was the former Southern Heavyweight Champion. He is determined to be the current Southern Heavyweight Champion. He'll be taking a crack to get that title back Tuesday night in the Louisville Guards. So let's bring in handsome Jimmy Valiant, and his action will be, of course, against Paul Ellering. Jimmy.
Russell, you didn't hear any music being played when I came out now, baby. You don't see me dancing. You don't see me yelling. You don't see me screaming. It's not boogie time. Everybody knows how I lost the title. Everybody's seen how I almost lost my eye. Everybody's seen how I got my head busted clear wide open. So I don't have to talk about it. I'm going to just do action. There's not going to be any record being played at the arena. When I go to the ring, I'm going for business. My eye at this very moment is healed. I can see perfectly. But I'm psyching you out, Ellering, and I'm psyching myself up. That's why I'm wearing it. I promise you, Ellering, I will walk in that ring, knock you down, take this blinder off my head, put it over your eye, and beat you to death. I'll make you bleed, I'll take the belt, and then you'll hear music, Jack! You'll hear music! It won't be then! When I leave the ring, it's gonna be rock and roll! It's gonna be party time!
Excuse me.